Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and let's get started on that episode of What's Broke Today that hadn't been doing much filming because here in the spring it's tune-up season for mowers, and I wasn't going to record all the tune-ups. But when I get to things like this has a problem, this Honda here, and it's what model is this? HRR 2169. Um, all I got out of the customer was it won't start. And I really didn't get a straight answer as to how long it had been sitting before it wouldn't start. But I figured, a mower like this, we got to have three things. We got to have fuel, got to have spark, and we got to have compression. So, and there is fuel in it. It smells good. Just for the heck of it, let's pop off and just a little bit. Oh, drop the cover. Little bit dusty. This is a model that has an automatic choke, and the choke is shut, but it looks like there's oil down in the throat of the carburetor. I'll put the air cleaner back on. Let me go get a socket. Oh, well, it's hard to get a grip on that. Okay, I went and got three things: piece of rope, compression gauge, a spark plug socket. Pull that spark plug out, and it actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to take the spark plug, put it on the spark plug wire. Then I'm going to take my string and come up here to the handle, wrap it around the safety bar and lock it down, and then just wrap it around a couple times and tie it so that it holds that down. And of course, so it's easier to pull, I'm going to turn this around. And while I got it turned around this way, I'm going to pull out the dipstick and check the oil. And it's just slightly low. Got my spark plug wire there, and I'm just going to grab the rope and I do have spark. Let's leave that in there for now. I'm going to put my compression gauge in. You don't always get a good reading on true compression on some of this stuff because a lot of these engines have what they call a compression release on the valves, which reduces the amount of cranking compression, so they're easy to pull. Let's see what we got. Well, I got 60, which really isn't bad. Because once it actually fires the first time, that compression release kicks out, and that's why they're easy to pull, but then they still run good. But all it's doing, the compression release, is usually bumping the exhaust valve. So as the piston's coming up, it bumps the exhaust valve open just momentarily. And this is actually going to be the first time I pulled it trying to start. Well, it actually did fire. Turn this back around. I'm going to go get a 10 millimeter wrench. Shut the fuel off, and I'm going to pull the float bowl off. I got two wrenches. I got the 10 millimeter regular wrench and a 10 millimeter ratchet wrench, because I was figuring I can get underneath there. And well, I don't. The gas on the carburetor doesn't really have a good gas smell. And I look at it as it's running down across the mower deck here. Because if there's water in it, the water is going to bead up on top. But that first that come out of there did not have a very strong gas smell. Let's turn this back around. Try once again. Okay, well, what I think I'm going to do with this, I'm going to assume, because when you get that gas that first come out, just the smell of it. I mean, a guessing person says it reminded me of E85, but it wouldn't just be E85 in the bowl. But it is possible this setting all winter. If it's running good to the end of last season and it wouldn't start this spring, probably that gases in the carburetor was stale. That's why I didn't want to start. But I'm going to get this off the trailer, put it out in the yard, tie the bale down, and start it up and let it run. Oh, probably 15 or 20 minutes just to see how it does. Even check my wheel adjusters, because it kind of feels like it's one of them's not set the same as the others. That is. Oh yeah, this one was one hole lower than the other three. So, but I'll get this off the trailer. We'll tie this down and let it run and see what happens. All right, since we last saw the Honda and it was sitting out there, I had it running. I did go out the next day to try and start it, and I'd pull the rope hinges, I end up draining all that old gas out, putting fresh in. Started it yesterday and let it run for a while. Now I've let it set all night and let it cool, and let's see what it does. Well, nothing on one, nothing on two. Well, I think I may pull the top off that, and let's look at the automatic choke mechanism, because I almost wonder if it's not closing all the way. I say that because once it starts, it does run good. So, yeah, we'll take a small break because it's real easy to pull the top off that and look at that. Okay, I'm going to take this top off to see if we can see that um, device that actually actuates the choke. I think it's right underneath here, but we may have to pull the whole air cleaner off. That out of the way, and then we'll just lift this up and back. There's a leaf in there. Get my flashlight. I think kind of going about it this way because to take the carburetor off is a pain in the rear just because of the way everything is set up. That looks like. Oh. Wonder. I don't think that. Surely that leaf wasn't hanging things up, but I know when I looked in here at the choke the other day, it didn't look like it's closing all the way, but it is now. Okay. Now I'm going to put this back together and let's go start this again. Air cleaner on. And this just sets down over. Couldn't ask for any simpler way of taking something apart. Okay, let's wheel this back out and start it. And then the big key will be tomorrow morning, come out and start it again and see how it starts. Okay. Well, after cleaning up all the choke mechanism on the Honda, getting it where the choke closes all the way, it's probably around 50 degrees out, maybe a little less. See what we got. And that's the way it should be. Well, I think I'll wrap up this episode on the Honda. Just quick rundown. I don't think I showed me all of the choke stuff because initially I had took some brake clean and washed off that mechanism and thought I had it working good, but then I still pulled the cover, and when I actuated that, got the rest of it freed up and moving good, so the choke closes all the way. Brand new, no ethanol fuel in it. I sharpened the blade, and I did change the oil. Spark plug looked great. My supervisors gave me their paw of approval. So, yeah, self-propelled on it works. Yeah, this thing should be good to go because this is got the steel housing. It's in great shape. Motor runs good, so I'm gonna send this one home. That I appreciate you watching. That anybody out there that's watching this is not a subscriber, feel free to join on in because they'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.